Yo ho ho ho! Welcome back to another episode of the Careful Boys, and it is specifically Coachella season. And we just had weekend one just happened. Weekend two is literally about to happen, and the two headliners that went off. I'm only talking about two of the three because I didn't watch Karol G. But the point is, a lot of people are talking on the internet right now and comparing Justin Bieber and Sabrina Carpenter's set. Both headliners, I think Sabrina was like Friday, Justin was on Saturday, main stage type stuff, but very drastically different expressions and productions. Sabrina's was like, and give her credit, like she's a much more up and coming artist, right? Very, very established in that sense, but like compared to Bieber, who was like doing this like over a decade.
Yeah, megastar.
Yeah, megastar. Like, she was full out. She had the full stage productions, costumes, dancers, transitions, lighting effects, storytelling, like different types of like production elements, blah blah blah. And Bieber's was like kind of almost like this half skate park like thing, and he just was in a hoodie and just kind of walked around and played YouTube videos. Granted though, this is totally subjective. I thought it was great.
Dude, people there thought it was fucking amazing.
I loved Bieber's performance. I don't know what people were saying there. I know fans liked it, but I heard apparently that some people who like maybe if you're popping in, you're trying to be like impressed or whatever, and you're not like really following Bieber, you're not actually a fan of his new music, then maybe you're getting something like that's more calm and underwhelming to be on that main stage because he's like very acoustic.
I thought he did that as a FU to the industry because he didn't want nobody to make money on the.
There's speculation because apparently he sold his catalog from all of his old songs for like $200 million back then or whatever.
That's why he did karaoke to his own covers on or like
because apparently he didn't have to pay for it if he YouTubed it versus like actually performing it. So he would YouTube his old songs and he would just sing with it, which was like, regardless of any of that being like a truth or not, I think from just a his fans perspective, that's probably one of the most fun things you could do.
People said it was like actually was dope to see it be so relatable and casual. Like
that's what you might do with like if Justin was your actual homie. Wouldn't it be so fucking fun to just be in the living room with them and he's just playing like your favorite shit
and he's just being a person
and he's just singing half of it and be like, oh, that was fun, and then moves on to the next. You'd be like, fuck yes.
If you're trying to connect fan to artist, that's one of the coolest things you could do. And also it feels like, he's gone through his whole musical journey, stardom, everything. And then like once you get to this pinnacle, like where do you go? You either go fucking to space and you do some crazy like Kanye shit, or I think you go extreme grassroots, which is what he did. I think that's fucking dope.
I think it's cool because that's a choice. Yeah. Like there's some artists that they just don't have the ability to do something big. But if he does and chooses to do that, that's kind of tight. I mean, it made headlines. It's an experience for people that were there.
Ironically, it felt very Kanye in a different way. Because even Ye right now is like they're just letting the music and the volume of it speak for itself, regardless of any shit that you talked about on social media or like about my past or my personality or my troubles. It's like if the music is bomb, the music is bomb. And then I don't need no dancers, I don't need no production, some lighting. Like put me on stage and then just play my music and then see if people will be about it.
I respect it if you can even draw the crowd still after it's just you. You don't have like all this fancy stuff. You don't have like 20 dancers with you. That is respect. You can kill it still.
The dude had a fucking laptop on stage and was just.
But that's that generation too. I think like, there, it really was what you said. It's like, you feel like it's just a friend, like going through their shit and, plus he's talking so casually through the whole thing.
Yeah, that's like legend status. You know how like you hear like these crazy random stories of Chappelle just dropping in, and the club's supposed to be over, but he just sits there and he just talks for 4 hours and no one leaves because he captivated the whole audience. Like that to me is like legendary shit.
You might miss out if like you're a part of a magical historical moment. Yeah.
It's hard.
I was supposed to get pussy that night, but dude, Chappelle's here.
Yeah, that
you
was
took
tight.
someone on a date.
But that
you're like, Chappelle's here. Sorry, bitch.
That wasn't his whole performance, though, right? Wasn't it only part of it? Was the YouTube stuff?
Yeah, he was basically just doing a concert of his like 2 new albums, the Swag albums, which are it's really good music. But I can understand when you go to Coachella, a lot of times artists like that's one extension of like the apex. It's a headline Coachella. as a musical artist is like a generationally very huge thing, right? So a lot of times people go out there and put their showstoppers.
Yeah, right.
They're doing like the full Monty, just like giving them the whole discography in a way that's like fan service almost. And meanwhile, this guy comes in, basically just does his own album with no crazy production, but it's really good. And then when he goes to like the old school stuff, he's playing it off of YouTube and just singing along a little bit, like all the fans. It was like almost you were witnessing something that's a very human experience versus like this performative, like needing to showboat and prove like show us, like entertain us, like you're here, you know?
What do you think about the rumors that it was a YouTube ad? Because like when he did that, Katy Perry like tweeted, "Oh, I'm glad he was on premium because I'm not trying to see ads," and then that tweet like went viral.
Sure. I mean, but who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. A good show is a good show. And if he got paid by YouTube for that, even funnier.
Wouldn't that be funny though? If it's just a big,
because people are also talking like a headlining artist gets like $10 million to perform at Coachella, and meanwhile he spent $2,000 on a laptop and $16 on YouTube Premium. So he pocketed like
but people never take into account that that's a fucking wild bet. He's making a bet that this shit's gonna work, and if it didn't, and people were pissed, they demanded money back, and that's gonna cost him a lot. Like he didn't know it was gonna work, but that's marketing, dude. I think that's really. I love seeing like ballsy ass weird moves.
You know what I really enjoy? I really enjoy that because like I'm guessing on your feed too, you're seeing everybody doing this whole Couchella thing, right?
No, what's that?
Couchella is literally people who don't go to Coachella, so they just watch the live streams.
Couchella?
Yeah, and they just make a home event of it. Yeah.
So obviously, newborn here. Nina loves Coachella. I like music. We're like, all right, fuck it, let's Couchella because we're stuck home anyway. And for us, obviously, we have to do it on like volume -3 or whatever because the kid's trying to sleep.
Yeah.
But I realized that the whole Coachella thing started only a couple years ago when they started actually streaming the main stage events or like the stage performances on YouTube. So even a couple years ago when they were doing, I remember when I was performing there, they were just doing the live stream. But I think the mentality at the time was you're doing your Coachella performance, it happens to be live streamed. But now they realize, just as everything, it's like, dude, with these live streams, we're getting millions of viewers versus the 100,000 at max capacity for these things. So now all the shows, they almost are catered for the live stream. And now Coachella is even more fun to be like, wow, I really didn't have to like go there, spend hundreds of dollars. And I can, because it really looked like when you saw even Bieber's performance, because it was so like grassroots and it's just him on stage, that means the camera gets to be on there and you're just watching this dude on his laptop. And I'm like, this might be better than being there.
Because it's close up.
Yeah, you're just like, wait a minute. This is made more for me than it's made for you. You know, the people that are paying, of course it's great to be there.
Sometimes the UFCs are like that. Like you can feel the electricity in the room when you're there, but then the electricity only happens like during certain parts of the knockout, you know? But then when you're at home, you can hear Joe Rogan's commentary. They cut out all the drag. And you're like...
You can see slow-mos more easily and stuff like that.
To a different angle. And you're like, it's kind of more fun just watching at home sometimes.
So like now, I feel like that experience is finally coming to like the music festival scene.
Cool. That's really great.
And then the artists are they're on game with that. So they're doing their shows catered to those things, right? It's like before you would watch a Super Bowl performance and it's like they didn't have that capability. Now you watch Bad Bunny's show and it's like people who are at the fucking Super Bowl maybe couldn't even see past like the trees and shit.
Yeah.
But like it's all for the camera that's like following.
When people post footage of their view of the halftime show, they can convince you it was boring. Because it does look dead in some places, you know, like some areas. But I don't think it's a good argument because like you said, more people are tuning in than there are at the stadium. They're gonna cater to the larger number, right?
You got to pay?
For what? No, it's on YouTube.
Oh, it's just
streamed on YouTube. So it's just a huge marketing event for everybody now. And there's like probably other indirect versions of the wins that like are starting to come in. The type of sponsorships that will start happening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking huge.
What's the difference between like from now, like it's free on YouTube, but what happens when Apple TV buys the licensing rights to Coachella live streams? So like it's like Paramount Plus with like UFC, right? Like it gets so big, even though it's a once-a-year event. I mean, Netflix is already doing it with like the MVP fights. it's like everybody's seen it, but at the end of the day, you still had to have a Netflix account to watch it.
It
So
doesn't take anything away from in-person sales either. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
It's not like they're competing pies. The pie just got way bigger.
So now I'm actually excited even for this week, and I kind of want to just check out a couple other artists because now we just get a completely different, real perspective of like
they put so much effort into the production. Yeah.
Couchella, or are you gonna go?
no Couchella for sure. I can't go anywhere. Being here is a big deal.
Yeah, but the Bieber one was like nostalgic. And I think that's what hit a lot of people in the feels.
Yeah, you
Is
really
because all the
can't-
songs, it was just like, oh, it brought me back to the YouTube days, man.
Were you on screen at Coachella?
What you mean was on screen?
Because Bieber was playing old YouTube videos of his music videos and shit like that. So like there was, I'm sure some of Quest was in there. I'm sure Periodics.
Bieber music video? We never did a Bieber.
You guys never did.
You never
you- are
did
you being-
party
are you
rock
trying to
is
be
in
mean
the
to me right now?
heart tonight.
Genuinely believe like you've done.
You're gonna be an asshole by going. You didn't do a Bieber video.
Was there a live TV performance? I don't know, man.
The only thing we did with Bieber was fucking LMFAO stuff. Yeah.
Only thing we did with Bieber was they did.
That's it. But then that wasn't even planned. He did it on his own. He just came up.
You're so cool.
Do you know that? He just literally said, yeah, he just literally at the one of the music awards we did, he's like, hey, I want to go up. And who's gonna say no to that? So we're like, all right, tight.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
I knew you guys did something with him.
It, but no, we weren't on the screen, Anthony.